Sports Academy directors, you probably watch tons of content and tips on technical and strategic aspects of sports, but often you don't get enough useful advice on the business side of your academy. When you run a tennis academy or a sports academy, you're more than just a coach. You are a business owner and you want to run your business efficiently and profitably. As you grow to around 100 active students a month and 3 coaches, you can no longer do all the admin work yourself. It's just too much. You need to strategically delegate, and the best way we found to do that is by outsourcing some of that work. But how to decide what to outsource? I have worked with many successful tennis academy directors who strategically delegated many of the administrative tasks. Today, I will share with you the top 5 admin tasks that they outsource in order to gain the time back so they can focus on growing their business. This is ranked from the least critical to outsource to the most critical. So here we go. So here are the top 5 admin tasks that you need to outsource for your tennis academy or your sports academy. Number 5 is staff scheduling and payroll. Coordinating your staff schedules, tracking hours, and managing payroll can be very complicated, particularly for larger academies. And directors spend a lot of time doing this, just making sure that you're tracking every private lesson, every hours that your coaches have done, and making sure that you have received payments for those private lessons. That can take a little bit of time depending on what system you're using or what processes you're using. So if you have an admin who's very familiar with your program, then it will be best to delegate this task to him or her so they can prepare payroll reports for you that you can check before paying your coaches. Obviously, you want to have an automated system that can help you with the data collection and reports. But if you do not have such a system, at least you must have a good spreadsheet to facilitate this task. Number 4 is parent communication and customer support. Now, managing ongoing communication with parents can be highly time consuming, especially when you deal with inquiries and updates and responses. And this task can also require prompt response. And often the director is too busy teaching or coordinating the staff that they won't be able to respond right away. That process can be seriously delayed if it's not outsourced. So if you have a well-established process to respond to your clients and how an assistant can find the information that they need, then you can train an admin to do this for you. They will be at their desk and be dedicated to serving your clients faster, which will lead to higher client satisfaction and increased business. And nowadays, with people just wanting that instant answer, instant gratification, it's really important that when they reach out and they have questions about your business, that somebody is able to get back to them pretty quickly, at least within the day or within an hour at best. So having somebody dedicated to doing that is highly important. So parent communication and customer support must be outsourced and delegated. Number 3, payment, collection, and invoicing. This is really important because if you don't make money, you can't survive. But I've seen a lot of directors don't even know how much people are owing them because it's pretty disorganized the way they collect their payments. So if you're chasing payments, creating invoices, and sending reminders, that can eat up significant time without an automated system. Obviously, having a great registration system will reduce that work because it automates a lot of those tasks. But often you have students that will start in the middle of a season. There will be a special invoice that needs to be sent, or some parents that will forget to pay, or their card is not working, and you will need somebody to chase that money. This should definitely be outsourced because it's really looking at the record, sending the message, following up. Additionally, some directors will use Venmo, Cash, or Zelle, or other method of payments that we call offline payments, since they are not recorded at the time of purchase. We always advise to do online payments where they pay and they'll confirm right away. But for people who still receive those other method of payments, it's fine. We just recommend that you keep proper records. Now, if the director wants to maintain proper payment records, it will require manual recording of the payments. And this can take up some time, and definitely it needs to be outsourced. Or some directors, they just get so busy, they don't record properly. And if there is a question or a dispute, it's really hard to find the record. So payment, collection, and invoicing has to be outsourced. Number 2, is registrations and signups. Now, once you have determined your class schedule based on your court and coach availability, you need to allow people to register and communicate with them that the registrations are open. Now, managing the registration process for classes, camps, and tournaments requires a lot of manual work without an automated system. This is done through Jot form or a Google form or via email and text. It will be even more time consuming because each registration will need to be manually added to a roster. Payments have to be confirmed. So first thing we will advise is get an automated system. And if after that you still need work, then let's have somebody help you with that. Now, communicating with your clients can also be challenging because you will need to manually update the contact information after you receive the registration. And that's if you're not using an automated process. So again, first step, automate your processes using a system, automated registration system instead of a form like a Jot form, Google form. And second step is have somebody else manage that for you through outsourcing. Number one, for me, from what I've seen working with sports academy directors, is you want to outsource sales and lead nurturing. It doesn't mean that obviously you don't sell your product. Obviously, you're still the best person to tell people what will be the best option for classes and things like that. But if you're growing your academy, you're probably going to be receiving a lot of inquiries and questions. So handling those inquiries and providing basic information can take a huge amount of time, but it still requires consistent and immediate attention or your business can suffer. So when parents are interested in your program, they will usually call, text, email to get more info because before they feel more comfortable registering their child. Although, again, you're the best person to answer those questions because you're the owner, you don't want to keep getting interrupted by those inquiries. You would like a dedicated person that can pick up the phone right away, send a text message right away, an email response back to provide that initial contact or that first point of contact with your potential clients. So then you need to just have an admin available to respond to those inquiries and also train them on how to sell those services. So you want to train them obviously about the differences in your programs, what qualifies for which program and what doesn't. What are some of the best things about your program? What do people love about your program? Are you just like a small student to coach ratio, really focused on technical development of the child? Are you more of a highly competitive academy? So the person that you delegate this task will need to be trained so they're familiar, and they will only ask you to step in if they really can't answer a question. So, and this person should also be tracking all your leads and follow up with them so they can get them signed up for your program. So definitely having this filtered approach where your admin or your salesperson only comes to you for complicated cases would allow the director to be free to work on their business versus in the business. So this concludes the 5 top admin tasks that we've seen people successfully outsource so they can focus on growing the business. If you found this video useful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, check out our other videos on how to reduce your academy's admin work so you can really focus on growing your business. And remember, if you are buried in administrative work and want to quickly delegate that to a professional team of executive assistants, click on the link in the description below and we'll be happy to help. Thank you. Bye.